r/DeadBedrooms. Throwaples 2020 says, "It's weird reading posts from men here. I'm a woman who just exited my dead bedroom relationship. My ex-partner was addicted to porn, has been since he was 8. After just 1 year together, our bedroom started dying. I tried to work with him to save it, but he refused and preferred to just watch porn, up to 6 hours a day, than do anything with me. I'm far from looking like a porn star, but I'm not overweight. I wear size S/XS, or sometimes M, if I want oversized looks. I was also moderately confident in my looks, lost that confidence in this relationship. This was my first relationship, and I feel like men who consistently desire their partners are endangered creatures. Lol, it's weird seeing so many here." Navigrog says, "We are not endangered, just living with women who simply don't have the same sex drive anymore. I can't even begin to imagine if my wife had the same desire as me. God, life would be at another level altogether." Tallstop6475 says, "Not always a lack of sex drive. Could be that she isn't attracted to him. Men always think it's a lack of sex drive, that's why women don't put out. So not true. We are just as horny as the men out there." Socomophus says, "Maybe for you. It is a mistake for anyone to generalize about this issue. I'm amazed how many women are here." Putrid Papaya 9194 says, "Goes both ways. It's weird reading about LLMs not giving a shit about their GF and lingerie or whatever. Kinda the same as when my GF keeps watching TikTok when I finish my workout and come back from shower naked with full pump. We can be invisible regardless of gender." Throwaples 2020 says, "OMG, the lingerie thing he bought me one saying that Wold turned him on. I put it on Valentine's Day and started sucking his D. He made some jokes about it and left the room. I wanted to burn that lingerie to crisp." Tallstop6475 says, "It would have been over at that point." Nope. The Troyal Kitty says, "Men who would absolutely prefer their partner over porn definitely exist. Being married to my wife for 16 years, I still prefer her over porn. However, she has vastly different views on sex than I do, and as a result, we will never be on the same page in that area of the marriage. After our last conversation, it's clear to me that leaving is the right choice. May you find a better partner that helps you restore your previous level of confidence prior to the dead bedroom." Pass Corner 7882 says, "Just don't settle. He's out there. You're probably going to have to look for a while, especially if you're younger. I work with several mid-20s dudes and they all are very anti-women. They all live in this dream world where they believe they will find a hot woman who will be subservient to him and will basically be his mommy, but with sex. It's I'm weird if I'm honest." r/DeadBedrooms. Mysterious Willow 85 says, "It's everywhere. Here I am, just minding my business, scrolling social media, when I come across a short with a lady saying something about getting laid whenever you want, because you have a husband. And here I'm just wishing my husband would have sex with me even quarterly, much less being interested as often as I am." Training Prize 2671 says, "It is so odd that there seems to be so many on both sides of the sexes that are in a mismatched libido relationship." Lazy Click 1567 says, "I see those all the time, and it pisses me off so much. Like when we can just eat as much as you want and wear XL sweats all the time because you know you're still gonna get laid, or whatever the hell it is they say. I try to be as attractive as possible, and I never get laid, so it's all BS." Affairs Throwaway says, "As a guy, I get all the thirst trap reels about women who will do Z and Z for their guy. I barely ever get X, much less Y and Z." Pass Corner 7882 says, "Yeah, I hear yassies. I had one pop up the other day where a very attractive woman was talking about how her husband can get it anytime he wants because he does some of the stuff I do. Like WTF. My local phone says, Samir, I hate those reels. And the comments are worse. Do we all have the same husband? No, we really don't all have the same husband because my husband couldn't care less. Tevin 980 says, I'll go ahead and say it just like all social media stuff. It's safe to assume much of this is fake. People putting their best foot forward to make others jealous of their so-called dream lives. Now, I hope it's true. For all of them. I really do. I've really stopped being jealous of my friends who appear to have a better financial situation than I do. For now, I try to be happy for them. When it comes to sex with their spouse, none of my business, but I hope they are getting what they need when I'm not. Lately I haven't even tried to initiate BC. I know I'll be rejected. So truly my libido is declining each day for my wife, and she is objectively attractive. 19 years deep and some of the things she has said to me have cut deep. Yet I stay, so it's my fault. I'm working on me now. So do yourself a favor and don't believe everything you hear on social media. It's likely not 100% accurate. r/DeadBedrooms. Astrin 89434 says, she flirts when it cannot happen. The other night my cousin and I were taking our teenage sons to watch Pulp Fiction in the theater. Got home from work, my son was getting dressed to go. My wife hugged and kissed me, grabbed my butt, and said she wished that I wasn't going out for the night. Got home from the movies around 10:30 p.m. She's in bed asleep. I went and slept on the couch. The only time she flirts is when she knows that nothing will happen. It makes my blood boil. Jexj says, this is so common, I rolled my eyes when I read it. Excellent Wall 5952 says, it's because she's checking the box saying that she tried. Adenjack69 says, scoring brownie points, also making it seem like they are putting in the effort, so if you called them out, they'd say I've been trying, but you were too busy, which turns it around to make it look like you're the problem. Reddit Guy 1974 says, yeah, my wife talks a big game but something suddenly came up. We aren't really in a dead bedroom. But she claims that 2 to 3 times a week is her ideal. We might hit 2 to 3 times a month. There's always some reason why we can't, even though she really wishes we could. She says that I'm never around during her ideal time. So I asked her what her ideal time is, and she said 10 AM. How convenient. We are never home at 10 AM on weekdays, and on weekends, 10 AM is when our son stops using electronics and the day starts for everyone, so no possibility then either. Cynical Sarcastic 1 says, mine has a voracious sexual appetite, but will only engage in intimacy on days of the week that do not end in a Y. Pisacracy 13 says, that tracks. Ugh. Sidf says, holy shit, mine does this as well. So affectionate if there is no chance of anything happening, and bam, picks a fight if we could do it. Damad Queen Targaryen says, my husband has been doing this for a hot minute now. It was that way already says, it's a power move. Akimi Tachibana says, my girlfriend does this often, but at some point, it went from being annoying to pissing me off to me just blowing her off entirely. It's a thing move on their part. r/DeadBedrooms. Unlucky Mermaid says, he walked away. Got high last night, legal in my state, and was feeling very frisky. I pulled out some of my favorite toys to use, and hubby caught me. I asked him to join/watch/ something, and he shook his head and walked away. Back to ignoring me for his sparks. When do I give up? B4CK2PL4Y says, all I want in life is to get high and have sex. Why does it have to be so difficult? Fiaman757 says, the truth is, there's no one size fits all answer for when to give up, but what's clear is that you deserve a partner who values your needs, both emotional and physical. If you've tried communicating how his behavior makes you feel, and there's no effort on his part to meet you halfway, or even acknowledge the problem, that's a sign to start re-evaluating. Relationships thrive on mutual effort, and if only one person is trying, it can feel exhausting and unfulfilling. You've already taken steps to prioritize your own happiness and desires, which shows a lot of strength. It might be time to think about what life would look like if you prioritized yourself fully with her. That means having a serious conversation about the state of your marriage, seeking counseling, alone or together, or even considering moving on if he's unwilling to change. Outrageous Wheel 7434 says, are you kidding me? I would spike my controller and join in on the fun. Seriously, how can that happen? Extreme Orchid 6875 says, I'm sorry for your loss and your pain. There is nothing worse than what you experienced, and there is nothing wrong with you. Alexander Thagrid says, damn, that's harsh. Being indifferent to something like that is one of the most overt forms of rejection. It sounds like he checked out and doesn't care if he is ever intimate with you again. There are some deep-seated issues that need to be overcome if he ever wants to come around to. I'm sorry you're going through this, but I empathize because I'm in a similar situation. Realistic Season 1382 says, every wife and husband deserves to feel loved, desired, wanted, and appreciated. Being in the same situation as many of you, it pains me to see how so many of us share this same struggle, a situation we all wish to escape. Sending you a virtual hug. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe.